Yeah, the binary welcome to being trans with Lilith and Elektra and Emily, and it's actually called Being Trans: The Darkest Timeline, and I made the mistake. And that's live show. That's a live TV show for you. That's how it is. I fucked up the cold open. Oh, and I said a swear in the first minute. Oh no. Oh, boy, howdy. Did I just not succeed in that endeavor? How's everyone doing?
It's great to put together a professional show for y'all, is all we're saying.
I feel good about it. I feel real professional all the time, 100%. How you doing today, Lilith?
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
isn't that
yeah,
about right?
yeah. And that's the best I felt in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did everyone get their Nintendo Switch and their PS5s and their ATVs and all the things that
I
they
will tell you
got?
this. Christmas Eve, my boyfriend and I were sitting here in the front room, and I looked at him and I'm like, oh, you know what? I did not get you anything for Christmas. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, you know what? I didn't get you anything for Christmas. So
I
I
love that.
the good thing is it's not like one of us did and then the other one dropped the ball, like but when we're doing, like, you know everything's
Yeah.
discussed in the move. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get
we'll go
anyone
from there.
anything and I didn't get anything from anybody and I was perfectly happy with that. And that's kind of but like I mean that's kind of how I've rolled my whole life too, is I never really did anything with it and I never put any stock in it and I never cared about it. Like and some would say that some people would look at that and see like, oh, that's kind of sad, but like
I
it
would
never
say
was
that.
for
I
me.
would say
Yeah.
that that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I enjoy it, but honestly, buying presents for people stresses me the out. I'm really stressed by it. Um, trying to come up with something that they're gonna like that isn't just gonna be some kind of kitschy, tchotchke or some book that they'll look at the cover, they'll laugh, and then it'll just get tossed aside. Like I just struggle sometimes to get meaningful gifts for people.
That
And
happened.
if you're not doing something meaningful, I kind of don't see the point to it. I get I'm thinking of you, but especially like to give a gift card or whatever, it's like I'm putting the bare minimum into thinking about you. I don't remember anything about you or what you like.
Yeah.
It's just it 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 stresses
it
me out so much because I feel like the message I'm giving is super subpar to how I feel about a person, and so yeah, getting
yeah,
stressed, and so I just shut down. I'm like, nah, I'm just
I had that happen in like 99. I think that's when I realized, like, so much Christmas stuff is just like garbage that's been churned out to buy something for someone you don't know what to buy them for. And some December Christmas 99 was last time I bought presents, and then for almost 15 years we made cookies every Christmas and shipped them out. But by the time we stopped doing that, it was costing us like 200-300 bucks to ship everything. uh and then I was in a place where I didn't have the room after my divorce. I didn't have room to like be making, spend 3 days making cookies by myself. So um I just kind of trimmed down the list of who was getting presents. This year I bought my in-laws, I bought them like some Michigan wines, and I got my future father-in-law a bottle of like Michigan made bourbon.
oh nice.
But for the most part, yeah, I don't.
Michigan wine?
Yeah,
They grow wine grapes in Michigan?
they grow wine grapes all over.
I didn't. I suppose that's possible. I mean, I don't. Doesn't seem like
The
I've never
winemakers,
heard of Michigan
the
wine.
winemakers of Michigan appreciate that you think it's possible.
It's like, dude, which which Muppet movie was it where like Steve Martin was the waiter?
Would you like to sniff the cap?
Yeah, would you like the finest wine from all of Idaho? Yeah, it reminded me of that a little bit. But I mean, yeah, like the whole like I was at a friend's house for like a Christmas Hanukkah thing and they were talking about the gift card thing. We got into the gift card discussion, and they were talking about how like there's a scam with gift cards going on, whereas like sometimes like the gift cards just won't work, and it's like, well, is that people that are like, because it's an easy scam to pull off because no one's going to say, hey, that gift card you gave me didn't work. Like no one would do that. So it's like it's a real easy way to, like, if someone buys a gift card, like that the cashier could just like pocket the money and then give them a blank gift card, and like they'll never know because it's for somebody else, and like people don't generally save the receipt for gift cards.
Or if you're a piece of shit, you could
You
just
just pick
grab
up a
gift cards off the shelf and pocket them because you're not stealing anything. And you just give
exactly
people like you just like write $200. It's like, hey, have a blast, 200
give
bucks.
people a blank gift
200 bucks
card
at
because
200
you're
bucks
that
at out
person.
200 bucks at Outback, knock yourself out, you
But
know.
that's just an added shittiness to gift cards in general, which like
It's an
the
added
whole
shittiness to
reason.
America in general.
Well, and that's another layer, but I want to focus in, instead of looking at the broader picture of how fucking terrible American oligarchical capitalism is. Like, let's look at the laser focus and look down at the minutiae of gift cards and how specifically shitty they are.
We're on the micro look
Because
here.
yeah, and so like the reason gift cards became a thing in the first place was because it was deemed tacky to give people cash. And so people wouldn't give people cash. So like this was the way that people could get around giving people cash. Well, I'm not
Mhm.
giving you cash. I'm giving you a card for a store you like that you can get whatever you want at that store. But the inherent way of the thing that it works is if you get a $50 gift card for wherever, like Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever, you're never going to buy anything that costs exactly $50. So to get the most out of the gift card, you have to spend more money. You have to spend some of your own money at that store. And then on top of that, like if you don't do that, and you don't spend any and you never use the gift card, which does happen periodically, then the company just gets free money. And
Yeah.
it's just such a shitty thing. And if you're gonna get someone a gift card, you might as well give them cash. Why wouldn't you? Because at that point you're seeing the exact same thing. And it's exactly what you said. It's like, I don't know what to get you. Here's this thing so I didn't have to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
and the
And
other
that's the
yeah.
main problem that I have is like, it can just be as simple as I don't know what to get you. But my brain always takes it the next step of like, because I don't care about you. That's the message that it sends. And then that's where my stress comes from. I have 3 Ulta gift cards. I have like somewhere between $60 and $80 at Ulta that I just can't seem to get over to spend.
I don't know why, because I could use that. I could spend that like 10 minutes on
I
Ulta.
desperately need a perfume, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna
I
go
need
do that. I'm gonna go get
finishing
myself some.
powder. I need concealer. I need a new highlighter. Like there's so many things
Mm.
that I need. I can always use. It's easy to spend money on makeup. That's like the easiest thing in the world for me. Like yeah, but it's. I mean, yeah, you can get an $80 primer like easy, no problem.
Well, I know I can spend it on makeup that costs too much. But then the problem with that is if I fall in love with it, then the next time I have to spend $80.
Well, that is it. But like the reason that, I mean, that's kind of the thing with high-end makeup, is the reason it costs a lot of money is because it's way fucking better than cheap makeup. Like, and you notice the difference right away. And you just simply saying that was, well, now I can't go back. That's because it's so much better. Like, and I'm the
Yeah.
same way. It's like I tried some high-end makeup and like now I can't buy stuff from the
Yeah.
drugstore anymore.
And see
Like
that
there's
that's what I'm saying. I'm really
yeah.
happy with my trash can makeup that sort of does an okay job. After 6 hours, it looks terrible, but that's future Emily's problem when I put it on in the morning.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, that's the thing, is like I think that could be true for a lot of things. Like generally the more you spend on something, the better it is. Like Michigan wine, for example.
You're trying to make this a thing. I really don't care.
No,
I know. I'm just teasing. I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
I
insult
didn't mean
you.
it as a
You're
tease.
you
It's a
have
hell of
no
a
like.
callback.
You're
You know,
leaving. You're leaving. You're like you're not even. You're getting out. Like yeah the time that you were in Detroit is we're gonna close the book on that time and move forward. And it's like it's like it's I understand. Like how could you care about Detroit? I'm not going to care about the United States when I leave it. It's like none of it. It's like fuck you as I run away, like
Yeah, it's so
so
weird to be in this place. Like I've been
yes.
frustrated. I've been frustrated with like a lot of the people and some of the things. Now, for the first time, well, no, not for the first time. I've thought really negatively of the country for a while, as a whole. But this is the first time where I'm just like, yeah, this country is for the most part trash, and then there are good people in it that
Yeah.
I'm scared for and worried about. But as far as my feeling of the general country and that sort of the patriotism and the connection to the United States is just it's just that they purposely burned that bridge.
That and the way that just like rampant disgusting commercialism is woven into the culture.
Yeah.
Like that's part that really like the culture is shitty.
Mhm.
The like when you think of like cuz one of the things that is kind of cool about the United States is like from play it's a big space and it's very diverse all across of it. Like Mississippi is very different than Washington and Rhode Island is very different than Arizona, but they're all the United States. And so there's all this little colloquial stuff that can be charming. But when you think of like the broad swath of culture of what you can boil down and say this is American, it's almost uniformly shitty. Like
Yeah.
it's shitty things.
You talk about the uniform, the country, and it's just like, I think that's sort of one of the problems that we have now is the country as a concept is not really there so much anymore. Like it's been really focused on states' rights and essentially creating individual countries, which is the way the rest of the world works. But we're still sort of locked into this um unified kind of a thing. I don't know. Maybe that's sort of part of the problem is maybe the people are desiring to be 50 different countries like you would see in Europe, if Europe were this size.
I
I don't know.
actually think busting up the nation would be a really good solution for all of this. It would actually be a real positive thing. I think it would
Yeah,
be a lot better if like you took the greater United States and broke it up into like 7 or 8 different countries, like just New England, the Florida,
yeah,
Texas could be its own thing again. It's like yeah, like the South, like the Great Lakes area, like Cascadia on the West Coast. It's like I think it would make a lot more sense, and there would still be issues, but and there, no one's ever gonna let that happen. They're Trump's talking about annexing Mexico and Canada and Greenland. It's like I think they're gonna go in the other
the opposite
direction.
direction. Yeah, yeah, it's just going to be Russia and America, in an imperialist grab again,
Yeah.
um with China as the
China's
third
just gonna
party
sit
there.
there
Just
and be China. China's just gonna watch and sell people stuff like China's always done. Like China's gonna China like China's always China.
China be China.
China gonna be China. Haters gonna hate. China's gonna China. That's how you can.
Lilith is awfully quiet.
this is in my review mirror. I do not care anymore about anything that has to
No.
share. Like honestly, taking over Canada, Mexico, that's all just stupid shit he says because now everyone's talking about that instead of the stupid shit he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And we fall over. And I've been seeing like people just like all excited that like Elon Musk is fighting with Laura Loomer, and it's like the country's burning. If it makes you hard seeing these two morons fuck around with each other and fight, then
Yeah.
good luck. But the world, the country's burning. So who gives a shit? I don't take any glee in the fact that they're
Me
all
neither.
fighting on their in factions. Who gives a fuck?
Uh-huh.
And and then I saw another thing today. It's like, oh, the big Democrats are making a mistake going after Matt Gaetz. It's like, right, what a big mistake. Why are they going after famous pedophiles when what Americans need are jobs? Like, but Americans didn't vote for that. They voted for the idiot who's anti-union and anti-worker. And applying logic to these things as well. Oh, Democrats are talking about this, but what people really want are good paying union jobs. And it's like, and they asked for that by voting for Trump. Get the fuck out of here.
Uh-huh.
This whole country is run by morons, and a disinterested populace put him into place. I mean, you know
Have,
what? You know what? If everyone who didn't vote had voted for Jill Stein would be fucking president. So there you
that's true.
go. There
It's
you go.
absolutely true.
There you go. There you go. The winning presidential candidate every 4 years is fuck us, and it's the people who don't vote that vote for him. So good luck to them.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. Thanks
I
for
mean,
coming to my
yeah,
TED Talk.
good luck is right. I mean, it's just, it sucks because like I don't have a clear path out of here just yet, and so it's like I'm hopefully I can make my mark, and I don't know that I'm going to. It's like I might have to stay a little extra longer, and it scares me because I don't know what he's gonna fucking do. I mean, he's a fucking psychopath. So like, I mean, I think about like the one thing that I'm certain of is nothing's gonna get easier or better once he's sworn in. Like, it's not gonna be easier to cross a border. Like, in either direction. Like, it's just going to be the whole thing, or anywhere in the world, frankly. Like, it's just everything, everywhere is going to ramp up everything and beef up security. And like, it's just, everything's just going to get harder and shittier. Like, and so like, if I can get out before then, but like, I can't go without like any sort of income. Like, I'm not going to just go to a foreign country that I don't know the language and know nobody in, and then just hope I'm going to be okay. Like, it's like, so I got to figure my shit out. But like, I've got 3 weeks to do it. And like, basically my plan is like, if I can secure any kind of like remote contract work between now and then, the minute I do, I'm just buying a plane ticket and going,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I mean, I don't speak the language where I'm going, but I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to make it work. And I sincerely do not give a fuck. Like,
Well, you at
I'm
least
going to
have
make
a
it work.
person to go with. Like, I'd
Oh,
be going by myself. Like, that's the huge difference for me. It's like, it's scary. I'm not saying
yeah.
it's not scary for you, but you've got a partner. You've got someone that at least you'll have someone with you that you can make decisions together and you can help each other out. And like, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have, I know one person and there's someone I barely know, and they're busy, and so I'm going to be going to a place like by myself, like knowing nobody, and that's not an easy prospect for me. Like,
No.
it's scary.
I didn't say it was easy.
Well, I know. Just saying. And,
I
and
think
and I'm not trying to diminish your thing. Like, you've got it easy. Of course you don't. Like, yeah, you're doing the same thing. It's just you're better prepared in a different way than I am, and it's just like, and it's just, that's how it goes, and but yeah, what we're all doing is hard. Like, this is a hard, horrible situation, and I fucking hate it.
yeah. Yeah, I still don't know. I still have so many question marks. I still have so many question marks, and I don't know. And I think it's interesting. I guess it's not surprising, but I find it interesting that the three of us have three vastly different solutions. Like, just how different our paths are, considering where we started, like very similarly with the same mindset of like needing to get out as soon as possible and yada yada, um, and just how our paths diverged on how we're accomplishing that. It's
Well, in
interesting.
all fairness, I haven't ruled out going to Costa Rica and being Lilith's neighbor.
Mm.
I think I haven't ruled that out yet. Against her will, just showing up,
It's just, yeah, like
getting the place next door. She's like, oh god damn.
is indentured servitude something a thing in Costa Rica? Can you just like
Just sleep on a beach. No one cares.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Costa Rica is on my radar for sure. Like, it's like, I'm considering that, but like, I mean, like, I just, I don't know yet is what it
yeah.
is I just
Mhm.
don't know. And like, that's not that's not my primary focus right now, because what I have to do right now is secure income. That's my primary focus. It's like once I do that, then I can take the next step, but I'm not putting the cart before the horse. I have to do the thing that I have to do. And that's all I have to do. And in order for me to be able to even accomplish it, like even the steps involved are so daunting with that. And so in order for me to even be able to tackle it, I have to break just that down into pieces and do it that way so I can even handle that on top of everything else that's going on. And like then I can think about where I'm going to go, how I'm going to get there, what I'm going to do once I'm there, how I'm going to get all the housing, how I'm going to hook up an internet, whether or not I need to buy a new phone plan, like how, can I drink the water here, like all the, how do I get my meds, like all the stuff that comes after, like that can come later. At least in Cambodia, if I end up going there, like the meds I need, you can just buy over the counter. Like you can just get your Sparrow and your progesterone and your estradiol, just like you can just get it right online and they just ship it right to you, no questions asked, and it's dirt ass cheap. Don't know what it's like in Costa Rica.
Similar.
Yeah.
Most stuff can just be bought. So
Yeah.
I'll find out.
You'll sort it. Yeah, you'll figure it
let
out.
everyone know.
Thanks, Lil. Thanks, Lilith.
I've got 90 days of everything right now, so I should be fine for now. But
Yeah.
the place we're originally staying for a while is walkable, and there's so having a car is not going to be a big thing. It's like 10-minute walks to grocery stores or to stuff. So we kind of landed. We were just looking for a place where we just get settled in and start, and yeah, not miss a beat on the podcast, not miss a beat on well, I don't have a job anymore, but not miss a beat on finding clients and doing work. So
Yeah.
We'll see. But like I said, I think
exactly. We'll see. And you're the first one. You're the one going this week.
You're the guinea pig.
Yeah, you're the first one.
Oops, she's dead.
Well, I mean,
she couldn't exist outside the United States. She didn't realize how much she needed the United States.
I'm not too worried about that part. But I mean, it is one of those things. It's like it's just so daunting of like not knowing, and I think so much of it is just because it's not on our terms. Like at least from my perspective, it's like I don't have a say. It's like I have to do this. My hand is fucking forced, and that sucks. Like because if that weren't the case and I were just deciding I wanted to go somewhere else, I would be super pumped and excited. Like and instead, because I'm not making this decision myself, I'm fucking angry and sad and scared. And it just pisses me off that like that motherfucker of all people like wrecked the like is the reason. Like I fucking hate that guy. I fucking hate that guy. He's such a piece of shit. And I don't get like how this country was so fucking weak, how it was so weak and so pathetic that they let that fucking man wreck it. Like, that's just, it's so embarrassing. And that's it more than anything, is I'm just a fucking ashamed to be an American at this point.
Yeah, we got to this thing of where like people don't really care. They just don't want things to affect them. They don't want things that affect them. And so if it doesn't directly affect them, if it's not gonna, significantly change things, they just really don't care. And that apathy, that was part of their strategy too. That's why they attacked the viability of the elections, because there was already that sentiment of like, my vote doesn't matter. So you just take them and just push them over the edge and just ensure that they don't feel like their vote matters. You just stick in that apathy, and then they're just so good at demonizing and fear mongering that just the people that only care enough to barely pay attention are just easily manipulated.
Well, what's interesting is that all we heard for like 4 years was how the last election was stolen and this one was going to be suspicious. And then after the election, no one followed up with anything. And there was stuff like, I don't know if you guys follow up on this, but like in Wisconsin, one of the senators was up for reelection, a Democratic senator, and she won. And Trump won the state that won the state. And it turns out there were a bunch of ballots out there that just had Trump checked and nothing else. And like this didn't strike anyone as apparently this happened in multiple states. They're just
Of
like
course it did. Yeah,
ballots,
I didn't believe that
ballots,
election results
ballots,
for a second.
ballots marked up. They just came in, they voted for Trump, and that was it. And no one's just like, yeah, that happens all the time. Um, and then you get, real deep thinkers who are like, well, I voted for AOC, but I voted for Trump, but then I voted for AOC for a Congress that could keep him in check. And it's like, what kind of moron are you? Like, what if vote for what you want? What do you mean you voted for Trump and then voted for a congressional representatives that could keep him in check? And it's like, well, now we're all fucked. So
Hey, what? Let's
good for
be
us.
real. They voted for AOC because they wanted to masturbate.
Do that without having.
They wanted her sexy feet pics. That's what it was.
Those are findable. You don't need to vote for anyone for that.
But that's how you keep them
I
relevant.
mean,
That's how you keep them coming.
based on that logic, 4 years of sheet cakes later, I'm going to be someone's representative
Hot
in
dog
Congress.
girl. We're gonna
Yeah.
make a fortune in foot pics. That's the future. The future is foot pics. Oh, Emily went to Dagobah.
I have been disappointed recently in the fact that the only light part of my image is in the middle, and so my shoulders, everything else sort of disappears. So I thought something like this would work, but now that you say that, it's like it's fucking Dagobah.
Well, no, I just noticed the shift. I didn't mean to poke fun. It's a fine, dismal background. It gets the job done here at Being Trans, the
Well,
Darkest
and
Timeline, where we're goth as
the
fuck.
oh, this is perfectly themed then. That
Yeah,
is what happened. That's why Yoda was there. Like it's a dismal place that nobody would go to.
yeah,
That was his exile, you know. Oh, the parallels are wonderful. I
yeah.
love this.
And
You're tapping into the archetype of the metaphorical substrate.
Yoda could have hidden in the planted version of Costa Rica too. I don't think anyone would have found him, but whatever. If he wants to go live in a dank swamp, go live in a dank swamp. As many habitable planets that there are in this universe that they're talking about, you just go hide on one and keep a low profile. It didn't have to be dank and dark. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, no one's even looking for Yoda. We don't even find out about this guy till the second movie.
I just had nothing other to say about it. It's like, don't you fucking spin faulty Star Wars lore? Not
What?
I'm not in my house.
Please stop talking. Please, I'm going to tell everyone what you just said.
Well, who was that?
He said, isn't he a frog? And I was like, no, I don't know what he is.
Oh, I don't actually know his race either.
It's not, I don't know his
He's
race.
just a Yoda. He's just whatever. And then I don't know. I don't care. Like I stopped caring about Star Wars like after episode 1 and the pod race.
The pod race is just like, yeah, we're done
Wait,
here.
wait. The kid who played Anakin Skywalker is the same one who played the kid in Jingle All the Way who wanted the Turbo Man doll and that blue.
I never saw that either. I
That
missed
is one of the
one.
that is one of the great that is you talk about Christmas traditions. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's super great. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad in his only watchable role. Phil Hartman is great in it.
And
It's
which one,
Sinbad,
Jingle All the Way?
Sinbad and Phil Hartman were in Jingle All the Way because I saw a different Sinbad movie before that where it was Sinbad and Phil Hartman. It was called House Guest.
House Guest. That movie
And
was great.
Yes, yes.
And the whole thing was basically just a disguised commercial for McDonald's. There was so much McDonald's product placement in that movie that the whole thing was about how all Sinbad wanted was to eat McDonald's.
all he wants in Turbo Man is in Jingle All the Way is a Turbo Man doll. Uh, and Phil Hartman plays the creepy neighbor who keeps hitting on Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife.
Nice.
I think I may have seen that one then.
Oh, you should. It's so good.
I think I may have seen that one. But yeah, House Guest is a long time fave. That was a good one.
That's old school. Yeah, drag that. That's the only movie I've seen with Sinbad in it.
What about
I forgot
Sinbad
about Sinbad.
in Shazam?
Didn't see Shazam
I'm gonna
either.
be super
Like
honest. I skipped to the Shaquille O'Neal movie, whatever his, or was he in Kazam?
he was
Yeah, that's
Kazam.
so
Yeah.
it's one
Wait,
of the
this is
Wait a
crazy.
minute.
What? There's a
Shazam or
Kazam and a
Kazam?
Shazam?
no.
Shazam's the app
Sinbad
that you get with you. You can find the music.
Sinbad in a genie movie called something like Shazam is one of those um what is the
Yeah.
effect where the collective consciousness believed something existed
Yeah.
but didn't.
Yeah.
That's one of the big
The
ones.
Mandela effect.
Mandela,
Like
thank
the
you. Yeah.
the Berenstein Bears.
Because it
Is
was
it
Kazam.
Shazam or Kazam?
It's Kazam is with Shaquille
Shaq.
O'Neal.
Shaquille
Yeah.
O'Neal.
And there
All
was
I know
no
now is like Shaquille O'Neal is now like he saved Papa John's pizza. Like he brought it back from the dead, and like they got rid of Papa John. He's out. Shaquille O'Neal's in. Now you can get a Shaq-a-Roni pizza.
Oh, now I'm getting hungry. Damn it.
I need a shakaroni pizza.
I do need a Shaq-a-Roni pizza. I would love some Shaq-a-Roni right now.
But I think I'm actually going Little Caesars. I'm gonna go get me a hot and ready.
I'm gonna do a Little Caesars. Yeah, Little Caesars is real plausible.
Yeah.
That's real plausible.
That's been front of mind for a while.
They have Little Caesars in Costa Rica, so I will be able to get my little taste of Detroit while I'm gone.
That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, goodness. Yeah. I don't even know. It's like
There's also like these restaurants that basically like people run out of their houses.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine.
And we found and what is it? Soda Dina Doña. Soda Dina Doña, which is only open from like 5 to 9 in the evening. So you just go there for dinner, and saw it was near our place that we're staying. But then we found the restaurant on Facebook, and the lady has a cute little logo that's just her in like cartoon form, and it was just like, I have to support this woman and go.
Yeah, I love that.
Go to Soda Dina Doña and eat a Doña Dina. Okay, I don't want to get it wrong.
I gotta just clear this up with Drace in the chat. So they're asking about it. So it didn't change ownership. Like it's a corporation. Papa John's is a corporation, but because of the thing with the Papa John's guy, John, wherever the fuck, John fucking Ivory Poacher, like whatever the fuck he was, the man who ate 40 pizzas in 30 days, like he got ousted from the board. The board, like there was a big legal battle about it. Like he lost his own company because he was such a piece of shit and he was just such bad press. Like the whole board was like, you gotta go, man. And they just like basically like squeezed him out of his own company that he did found. And he was really pissed about it. He tried to fight it in court, but then they brought Shaquille O'Neal in and everyone was just like, yay. Because everyone likes Shaq. I mean, like I like the Shaq. It's like I got nothing. I've never seen him do anything like shitty. Like not like he's he hasn't done anything necessarily great, but like he's just seems like a nice enough guy. He's cool.
Like one of those guys who backs law enforcement. So if you go, all cops are bastards, and Shaq's a bastard, but he seems like an ordinarily a good enough guy.
Yeah, and it's sort of like the Shaq and Snoop right now are kind of the same level for me of just like I wouldn't mind not seeing either of them for a while.
Yeah, you sick of them? You sick of the Shaq and the Snoop?
Yeah, Snoop is just absolutely everywhere, and I mean currently he's in Fortnite, but and I like him enough, but it's just like I'm sort of over it. It's like the Nickelback syndrome, like it's just too overplayed. Kevin in chat asks, "Are there any Doctor Who fans here? Do we have any Whovians?" Lilith, I would
Yeah, I
assume.
love Doctor Who. I
I would
stopped
do so. I
watching.
cannot stand Doctor.
Okay. I don't know. There was
Oh,
just a vibe for some reason, but yeah,
I stopped
same.
watching at Peter Capaldi though, like because I hated the companion that he had.
I can stand Doctor Who. No, I don't even know if I'd say usually, but
Oh, it's great. It's great.
No, it's not.
definitely not
That's the
great.
best.
No,
I
it's
Definitely
mean,
not
not.
the best.
No, it's
I guess
not.
we can't have this conversation because I'm just going to be sad and angry. But like, I love Doctor Who.
But you have a friend in chat that wanted to bring up Doctor Who and see if there's so you
So
haven't
wait,
watched in a while. So you've been
is this
watching
germane
at
to
all?
our conversation, or did someone just drop in and be like,
They just dropped
"Get
in
it?
and asked. Yeah, they just want to
I
know.
want to
I will
talk
talk
about
about
Doctor
Doctor Who.
Who."
Well, we just talked for 15 minutes about pizza and Shaq. You know, we tangented so hard there that I figured that throwing in another curveball. What the hell? Let's speak to chat for
You
a
can't
minute.
fuck with it. It's timey-wimey. The timeline just went that way. It went to Doctor Who, as it always does.
Okay, we've got a Doctor Who fan. So, Doctor Who, the line is open for Doctor Who conversations.
Well, I don't have anything to say about it. Like, I guess we
The chat,
technically
We
could
covered it.
have.
We covered it.
Oh, the
Now we
chat's
want to move
open for
on.
Doctor Who. Yeah, everyone in the chat discussed Doctor Who. Like, yeah, we're gonna talk about whatever we do. I was gonna say between the three of us, we actually have the right dynamic to have the Doctor Who like kind of Bill Maher style panel of like, I like Doctor Who and Lilith hates Doctor Who and Emily's right in the middle. It's just like, oh, she understands both. She can see both sides.
I can play devil's advocate to both sides of the conversation.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I feel like if we ever have the opportunity to make our show a little more like Bill Maher anything, we should probably take it because he's such a great guy. Love that man.
I mean, the first thing you have to understand is Bill Maher knows everything. So when you come from the idea that the person you're talking to knows everything, it makes everything he says kind of the whole vibe makes sense.
Yeah.
No, you brought it up.
No, you're allowed to talk about Doctor Who. We're just not going to because I feel like we've exhausted that joke. I don't know
We
how
are
much
talking about
farther.
Doctor Who now. This is the show.
This is it. You brought it up.
This is it. We're caught in a time loop. We're like just like
it up.
it's like what would happen on Doctor Who. Want to talk about Looper?
No. You want to talk about Sliders?
I never saw Sliders.
The TV show, not the High Hamburger.
Hi, Hamburger.
Yeah, little Sliders.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can talk about Harold and Kumar. Harold and Kumar's great.
I haven't had White Castle in so long.
I've never had White Castle.
Man,
I hadn't until I moved to Detroit, and they have them here. This is the first place I've lived where they were available.
it's I mean they're absolute crap, but that's sort of the point. Like they're just cheap stuff to put in your face.
Sold me.
Yeah, they're just cheap stuff to put in your face. Like people hate In-N-Out here, because like it's sort of overdone or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like it.
In-N-Out is at least 500 times better than White Castle. It's just
it's not. I don't know. I don't want to get into the fast food debates either.
What I'd like to get into is Doctor Who.
Yeah. You would like to get into that.
Well, I mean, it was brought up.
Okay. That's okay.
And then the person who brought it up was just like, we can talk about other time. It's like, I'm going to guarantee you that if you come back to this show in 2 or 3 weeks, neither of us are going to like Doctor Who any more than we did now.
Yeah.
So,
well, if this is your time to bring it up, if you bring it up again, we're going to have to ban you.
What? No. Swinging the ban hammer on the Doctor Who fans. I'll have none of that.
The door is open for Doctor Who conversation.
The door's open for Doctor Who conversation.
And what we're saying is, if you come back in 2 weeks and say, "Is now the right time?" it's not going to be the right time in 2 weeks.
No.
The right time is right now.
Right now. Let's do it.
Because I have the adrenaline going.
You're ready. You're ready for Doctor Who.
I'm gonna be ready for it. I'll probably be my funniest Doctor Who takes that you'll ever get, because now I'm just
she's ready.
yeah,
She's on
I'm
point.
ready.
I'm gonna make a controversial Doctor Who statement. Rose is my favorite companion.
Wait. Now our Doctor Who person is talking about how Dr. Pepper can be good with pizza. Are we sure this person's not just obsessed with Dr.
Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Obsessed.
I like to see Doctor Who.
Scroll back
Doctor Who versus Dr. Pepper would be a good
scroll back and
crossover.
see when we were talking about Shaquille O'Neal, if they brought up Dr. J. Let's see.
Like Captain America Civil War.
Dr. Pepper is best soda. It goes good with pizza because it goes great with everything because it's the best soda. So there's that. So soda? Dr. Pepper wins out, at least in the soda sphere. I don't know about over Doctor Who. Like, I watched Doctor Who while drinking Dr. Pepper. That is like all of the things converging at once.
Well, studying to get your doctorate.
Dr. Nas.
Yeah. I was enjoying hanging out with Dr. Phil.
So yeah, now that you've got our attention on the Doctor Who thing, I saw that Alexis had put in, cricket when we're talking about, the floors are open for Doctor Who, but why do you bring that up? Why was that a topic you wanted to interject into the conversation now that we're focused heavily on it?
It seemed to come out of nowhere, and I was hoping maybe there was like a connection to what's going on in the world to a Doctor Who episode.
Yes, that'd be nice. Let's tie it back to like why we're here instead of just rambling on tangents.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's often the darkest timeline.
Doctor Who's got many timelines.
I wouldn't know. I've never watched Doctor Who.
Well, how can you dislike it? How can you
hate Doctor Who and you never watched it?
You telling me you don't know if something's not for you?
No, you just made a really good point, and touche mon ami.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah, like this wasn't made for me. This wasn't made for me at all.
Yeah.
Not the target audience. Sorry. Comedically discerning.
Was Stargate SG-9 made for you?
Also not made for me.
What about the original Stargate movie with Kurt Russell?
See, now I see what you're trying to do here, because I have a thing for Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
My theory is my Kurt Russell theory is the best Kurt Russell movies you can see by how long his hair is. Or
he has a short hair in that movie.
Yeah, he's got it's too short. It's like, that's not a good Kurt Russell movie. And that's how I knew it wasn't for me. He didn't have an eye patch or a flamethrower or long hair. It's like, well, this is not worth it for me.
I just saw a bad Kurt Russell movie, and it was the most recent one. It was like some Western on Netflix, and I thought it was awful. It was just terrible.
Bone Tomahawk?
Yeah, it was a terrible movie.
Okay. How long was
I didn't like it when, but what's that? He had long hair.
Huh.
He looked really good.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he looked. Sure? I'm sure that he looked really good. Yeah.
Okay. Long hair. Hateful Eight. What do you think, Lilith?
Love Hateful Eight.
I need to watch it again. Great. It was my least favorite Tarantino movie, I gotta say, but it's still a Tarantino movie, and his movies are uniformly top tier. Like they're all good.
I was just going to point out that I was asked a question.
Sorry, I said something on our show.
I'm gonna answer.
I'll just I'll scooch.
I love that movie. I saw it. If you can see like the full version, the original with the orchestra, I saw it down at in Austin when it first came out. But I saw like the 10 o'clock showing, and how long the movie is. It means we were there like 2:30 in the morning, and this guy next to me, it was an Alamo Drafthouse, ordered a hamburger before the show started, fell asleep, and the lady brought the hamburger, and he slept all the way to intermission. With this hamburger getting cold while the movie was playing.
Ate a cold hamburger.
He's just like, what's going on?
Fucking legend, man.
Wait,
What?
goes to the movie, sleeps through the whole thing, wakes up to
Yeah.
find out that he's got a cold $27 hamburger in his
Hamburger.
lap.
Yeah, and he's just like, what's going on? And then I
Say
had to
King.
explain the whole movie to him.
Oh, that's
I did
rude.
do that. I did do that.
Okay. Good God.
He's like, who's
That's
that? Who's that? What's
What's
going on here?
what's going on?
Why is this lady here? It's like she's like a big criminal. It's like, why is there a criminal there? It's like, oh, they're getting her to where she has to go. They're all bounty hunters.
Yes, that's a long movie.
it
It was
is.
it.
And
I'm
it
trying
does,
to
and you don't
remember.
understand what's going on till the very, very end, and you're like, oh, that premise is okay. But
What?
the
No,
like
it was a great movie.
the acting and all that and the drama of it is just sort of the mystery that you're sitting in the whole time is cool. I do dig
Yeah.
that.
A lot of like my favorite actor types, like Walton Goggins is in there, and
I
Bruce
do like
Dern.
Walton Goggins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's I'm spacing on her name, but the criminal girl who was Mallory in Natural Born Killers is I want to say Jennifer Jason Leigh, but it's not Jennifer Jason Leigh. What's her name?
I don't
You
remember which
remember?
one's Walton Goggins.
He's the young Southern dude,
Bobby Baby Billy,
Uncle Baby Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy. He's in Righteous Gemstones. He
The
was
the
the
one that the one
ghoul in
that's on
Fallout.
the one that is on Sam Jackson's side and throughout the movie at the end.
Oh, at the end, I don't know
The guy from what was the game you were playing? The Vault-Tec game.
Oh, yeah, Fallout. Yeah, he's from Fallout.
Is
Yeah.
he the main guy in Fallout?
Yes,
Without
he's the ghoul. He
Yeah.
plays the ghoul in Fallout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the main guy. Yeah.
What Walton
Well, I mean,
Goggins?
one of the main guys.
What a
I know it's such
name.
a cool name, and he's such a cool
Is it?
dude.
Okay.
I think it's a great name, Walton Goggins. That's awesome.
I mean, you're not going to forget it.
What? Did anyone know Jennifer? It is Jennifer Jason Leigh.
It is Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that is who that
okay,
was.
good
Yeah.
call.
Like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it was nice, It's just I hadn't seen her do anything in forever, and she
No,
looked like she
it was a
didn't age.
surprise.
Like she looked the same age as she was in
That's true.
since the '90s. Like in 30 years, she just looked terrific. Like yeah, it was awesome. Awesome to see her. Oh, Natural Born Killers. That's a great movie. It's fucking terrific.
I hated it when I saw it, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I loved it, but also like that was like right peak of my acid dropping. Like I was dropping so much acid, and that was just such a
That'll help.
balls out acid movie, and it was
That'll
just
help
like,
that
oh, this is
movie.
great. Yeah,
That'll help. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it didn't hurt.
Oh, did you see this from Ziggy in Twitch? Walton Goggins also played a trans hooker in Sons of Anarchy.
I didn't know
I
that.
did know
What a
that.
role!
I hate Sons of Anarchy, and I was not a huge fan of that role, but it wasn't the worst. I've seen him talk about it, and he approached it kind of respectfully, but that show is so bad that I have no good memories of anything from that show. It's so dumb.
It's that
Yeah.
not
So dumb.
another not for Lilith show.
Honestly, it should be for me. It's like right up. It's like the people who were like starring in and wrote The Shield, which I think is like a great TV show. Walton Goggins was in The Shield as well. But it's just one of these things where it's like, you want to watch a show where the people who are always in trouble are like smartly staying one step ahead of everyone, and it's like this cat and mouse game. Sons of Anarchy is like they come up with a dumb plan and they only get away with it because everyone chasing them is dumber than they are, and it's just like ridiculous.
It was like the Dukes of Hazzard, but serious.
Yes. And they're a bicycle gang who spends an entire TV season in Ireland for some reason, and I don't know.
Well, so it's also kind of like Gilligan's Island, then. So it's like you just
like Gilligan's Island.
Like for some reason the
80s show rehash.
Harlem Globetrotters showed up and they still couldn't get off the
island. Ziggy had also said, and I missed this one. I'm so sorry, Ziggy. White Castle at 2 a.m. is a cultural dining experience, and I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Natural Born Killers was Juliette Lewis. You were
Juliette
right with
Lewis. I
Jennifer.
knew it wasn't Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah,
Yeah.
Juliette Lewis
So,
is correct. Yes.
so you were accidentally correct because you got Jennifer Jason Leigh from the movie, but your reference to her in the past movie was incorrect, and that was Juliette Lewis. And Juliette
Wait, no,
Lewis.
Juliette Lewis was in both of them.
No.
It's this.
Jennifer
No.
Jason Leigh was in Hateful Eight.
That was Jennifer Jason Leigh and not Juliette Lewis.
Correct.
You sure about that?
We got it from chat, which
I mean, we got it from. I looked it up on Google. So
okay, yeah. Well, if you looked it up on Google, I trust you. Better than my judgment. Google
until
knows
you
better
start
than
looking
I
everything
do.
up, and they're saying that Elon Musk starred and everything, and you're like, wait a minute, something's wrong.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem right.
when
Like,
when does
it tells you that Jennifer Jason Leigh played the role, but also that Elon Musk is great.
I wonder when the conspiracy theories and all the falsehoods, those things like that, you know, like you were bringing up, Liv, I wonder when that becomes the main narrative in this country.
I think it already is.
By the end of 2025, like as compromised as mainstream media is already, it's just going to get worse as they try to cover their ass. Because I mean, you can see it already. They're already kind of like sucking up to Trump and whining again his good size. ABC settled that libel lawsuit that he brought against them, and they would have won, and they should have just paid and won. But they're already kind of bending over to kiss the ring, or you know.
They don't want to go to fucking prison, and they're corpos, and they're in the end it's run by corporations, and they just want their fucking money, and Trump's gonna give corporations tax breaks. Of course they're lining up to suck his dick. Like, it's just, the whole thing is just a mess.
Yeah,
like, the whole thing is just a disaster.
We mentioned oh, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say, like, I had this discussion the other day too, which is like, it's like, this isn't the way I wanted it to go, but like, if you look at like kind of what this is, like, this really is America collapsing and burning down. And like, what I was hoping, that there were people on the left that wanted that too, and that's the accelerationists that sat it out or did vote for Trump. And then there's like the people on the far right that want it, that are like, want to bring in, want to make it, but either way, like, a lot of people were fucking fed up with the way America was running, and like, was like, this shit sucks and we need to fucking hit a hard reset here. And that's what we got, and that's what this is. And so, and it's just, I was hoping that it would go, we would have a better thing in its place instead of something far worse, which is what is actually happening. And so, but either way, like, what this isn't gonna last. Like, if this is not sustainable, what this is like, this is a transitional period, but it's gonna be just really fucking violent and bloody.
Do we do a poll of how long Trump will be in office? Will it, you know, is it 6, 8, 10 years? Like, what do we think? Or do you think that he's going to be taken out and put and someone else put in his place? Vance?
I don't see why they would keep him around very long. Like, I mean, now that they've got their foot in the doors, they don't need him anymore. Like, they can just get rid of him and put like someone like, you know, JD Vance, who will follow orders, you know, and like, right in his place. And then they don't have Trump fucking his crazy, you know, and his idiocy, like, doing all the dumb stuff.
Yeah, what would need to transpire for them to be able to make that move? Because I would think that there would have to be some
crazy, enact the 25th Amendment, just remove him, or just decide they don't want him there. I mean, it's fascism. They can do whatever they want once they're there. That's the whole idea of fascism. Is you make up the rules as you go.
I just am curious, like, when the fascist government is strong enough for them to be able to, there's still a lot of democracy.
Strong enough on January 20th.
They're not going to they're not going to get rid of him. I mean, he's coming up on 80. He's in extremely poor health. Nothing galvanizes a fascist country better than a big funeral for the glorious leader. I mean, he dies in office, and that just, and then first people out there will be fucking dumbass Democrats, like, oh, we need to unite the country in this.
He was such a great man.
Of terror.
You know, he was such a hero.
It's more important that we unite the country than
right. Then whatever. So
Hmm.
yeah. No,
So
yeah,
so
they're not going to
the
get rid of them. I
so
mean, what's the point of getting rid of them? They just do whatever they want anyway.
so the Republican strategy is going to shift, and it's going to be just a constant truck dropping off KFC and McDonald's at the White House.
I mean,
Just like
it already
just
is. The guy just
If he
like,
even goes to the White House, why wouldn't he just stay in Mar-a-Lago? He likes it there.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. He won't go to
oh, yeah,
he won't go to Washington. Why would he?
yeah,
Like
they don't,
he doesn't care.
they don't need to get rid of him. They've put everyone around him to say he's great, and they do what they want, and they make him think it's his idea to do all this, and he rubber stamps it, and then when he dies, we have like a huge coffin, horse drawn coffin down DC in front of the White House funeral,
Yeah,
and
like the with the
everyone,
Queen. Yeah.
and then everyone calls for bringing the nation together, and then 2 days later they go back to killing undesirable people.
Yeah.
And Nancy kneels for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nancy calls for a moment of silence.
Interesting, because then I think that some of the worst things, I mean, like for trans people, like Trump went on TV the other day again and said that he's going to eliminate transgender people entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reiterated that and made that, a day one promise. Yeah, I just wonder, I think some of the violence, some of the like hunting down political dissidents, the opposition, Nancy Pelosi, these sort of people would most likely happen after Trump dies, because Trump didn't actually care about that kind of stuff. Like with as soon as he got in power, he dismissed lock her up. But once he's gone, then the people will use his martyrdom, I think, to go after his enemies.
I mean, it's like Lilith said, at this point, I kind of just don't fucking care. It's going to be shitty. Whatever form it takes is going to suck, and whatever route they take to get to ultimately throwing a bunch of fucking people in fucking camps is what they're going to do.
So my counter to that is you and I and Lilith are left talking about Doctor Who and pizza then.
Yeah, but it's also time to end the show. And so that's all right. I think we came full circle with Doctor Who and pizza and the terrible state of affairs with the impending doom of fascism.
Why did that person bring up Doctor Who?
We still don't know. We may never know. We may never know.
They left because we didn't talk about Doctor
Who. Did they leave? It was that they just popped in and said, "Hey, let's talk about Doctor Who," and then went off.
No, then they brought up Dr. Pepper too.
They brought up Dr. Pepper.
I think Kevin was upset that we then were riffing on that he's also studying to be a doctor, and I apologize for assuming pronouns there. But yes, I wanted to bring up earlier in the show, but this is a good thing to close with. Alexis had said in chat at the very beginning before the show that she received her Punish She Her t-shirt and that it fits well and is very comfortable. Thank you so much for saying that. Thanks for the plug. I'm really happy that it is it's a good fit for you. I do love Printful as our vendor company. They do good quality work. So excuse me. And then Lilith confirmed right that you love that shirt.
So good. So it's soft, it's comfy, fits nice. Yeah, I love it. Fashionable.
It's got a great message.
Fashionable, yeah.
Fashionable. And the link to that to our Etsy store is in the description, thetransverse.etsy.com. You can just go there and click on that, as well as our Patreon, another great way to support us. And I would like to also make another plug. The Kari Aiden episode dropped on Monday of this week, and that is a memorial episode to our good friend Kari Aiden. Please go and check that out. One of the things that I have done from that is the Transverse will always have a scholarship for trans folks in the name of Kari Aiden. So go to our patreon.com/thetransverse and sign up to donate directly to that. And that money will go to someone in the trans community each year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And,
those are the Transverse plugs. Yeah. I'm still not sure if we'll have a episode of the Transgender Show on Tuesday. I don't have a guest lined up, so please keep a track on the Instagram, instagram.com/the Transverse Network. Should add that to the description as well. That's where you can find out about upcoming shows.
Yeah. And yeah, that's about that. I think we're gonna call it for this week. Head out, do our respective things. I'm gonna get ready for Mediocre Poker. Stick around for that coming up next at around 2 o'clock Pacific. In about an hour, I'll be playing some PLO. I've been on a down streak this week. I lost a little bit of my mojo, but I know what I've been doing wrong. I got too cocky.
Okay.
I got too cocky and I called too much. So we're gonna tighten that up today and get back in the W column. That's my hope. So all right, we'll see you in an hour for Mediocre Poker. And those of you that won't be joining us, you're making a tremendous mistake.
It is a fun show. I will back that it's a fun show. I don't know if not going is a tremendous mistake, but it is
It's the
at
worst
least a
fucking
small
thing you
mistake.
can do if we're being perfectly honest here. Like this is terrible. But at least if you get a shakaroni pizza, like I'll understand.
I'm excited about Little Caesars. That's what I'm gonna go do. There is a Papa John's there, but now I'm getting the I'm going Caesars.
I could go. I don't have time to go get a Little Caesars. I only have an hour. It's like I can't go all the way there and back. It's just it's not gonna fly.
How good of a friend am I?
Oh, you gonna bring me some fucking Little Caesars?
I think I'm gonna do it.
You don't need to. I've got money. I've got food in my house. I'm gonna make food. I'm gonna make a snack.
Are you sure?
Don't worry about it. Yeah,
the offer is there.
No, don't worry about it because I can get it later. It's like I'm fine. I've got like lots of leftover food in my house. Like I've got like a whole bunch of food here. Like that I need to go through. Otherwise, I'm just gonna throw it away.
I just Charlotte just put a bye-bye
Bye, Charlotte. You little
super chat
sweetheart.
there. Thank you so much for the support and bye. I love you. I'll talk to you very soon. Probably while I'm going to get a Little Caesars pizza.
Well. All right, girls. I love you. Everyone in the chat, I love you. And we'll see you in an hour. Well, bye.